This is me moments away from destroying my sensor with a surgical knife. This is apparently what people think is going to happen if they try and clean their own sensor. Oh hi, I was just wondering what it would cost for a sensor clean for a Sony a7 IV.
A full frame sensor clean is $95.
And why would someone conceivably pay almost $100 for a sensor clean? The truth is, it's fear of the unknown. It's a delicate and expensive part of the camera. We're not taught how to do it, and we're taught, in fact, just to not touch it at all. I'm about to show you why this is a scam. Let's do some maths here. I was in the exact same boat. In fact, I used to pay for a sensor clean probably once or twice a year. In fact, switching over from a DSLR system to a mirrorless, it was one of the things that worried me the most. In a DSLR, we never really see our sensor. When the lens is off, the mirror is down and the sensor is protected, which means theoretically it should be a lot safer from dust and moisture. So you can understand the vulnerability that I felt every time I swapped a lens and that precious, delicate sensor was exposed to the world. In my mind, it just didn't make sense. Why switch over to a system where my sensor will get filthy and it will cost me a fortune in trying to keep it clean? Maybe for the average person, this doesn't make as much of a difference. Most people, after all, shoot their lenses wide open. And at a wide aperture, you're not really going to see the sensor dust all that much. But if you're like me and you shoot a lot outdoors, property, architecture, landscapes, a lot of the time you're shooting at f/16 and above. In these conditions, your camera sensor can look like a crime scene. I'm going to do a quick sensor clean here just to show you. I'll speed up the shot, but you can see the timer here running in the background. "45 seconds. So it took me 45 seconds, under a minute of labor to do the job. I already owned the solution and I'm only using 2 drops of it here, so the cost of that is negligible. And I bought these full frame sensor cleaning swabs for $24. That's not $24 each, by the way, that's $24 for 30 of them. That's 80 cents per swab. For argument's sake, let's say my 2 drops was worth 15 cents of solution. That's a material cost of 95 cents and 45 seconds of labor. For $95, a 10,000% price increase. That's like nearly $8,000 an hour, and it's bananas. I'm going to show you right now how to do this with a mirrorless camera. It's ridiculously easy, there's no skill involved, you just need a clean-ish environment. It's a skill you'll have with you forever, and in future you'll be able to very cheaply and effectively do all of your own sensor cleans. Step 1, take off your lens or body cap, hold the camera upside down, and take a blower, give it a good blow. We want to start with the blower just in case we end up wiping a big piece of dust or grit or debris into the sensor and damaging it. The reason that we're holding the camera upside down is because we don't want the dust to blow up and then settle back down in there. Once we dislodge it, we want gravity to pull it out of the camera. Step 2, unwrap your swab and drip or spray a couple of drops of solution onto it. Make sure you hold it pointing up so the liquid can soak down into the material, and make sure it goes all the way across. Step 3, lay your camera flat and gently push the swab up against one edge of the sensor. You might feel the sensor wiggle a little bit here. That's totally normal. That's likely the in-body image stabilizer, and it's a normal thing that it moves around a little bit. Gently press on the swab and push it from one side of the sensor to the other, keeping contact all the way. And then before you lift it up, do the same thing, going back the other way. And after that, you're done. Throw away your swab and put the cap back on. Step 4, this is not actually to do with cleaning your sensor, but it's pretty important to take your blower and blow out the back of your lenses. If you put a dusty lens back on your camera, it could mess up all the beautiful work that you just did. Again, holding the opening face down as you do this, give it a good blow and then put the cap back on. Okay, that's all well and good, but you're probably thinking to yourself now, I don't own any of this equipment. It's unbelievably affordable. This is the kit that I have and it has everything you need and more. And the best thing is, once you have the sensor cleaning solution, it lasts a long time. When the time comes, you can just buy replacement swabs on their own and they are very cheap. I also specifically love this kit for the tiny blower. To be honest, you're only ever blowing tiny pieces of dust off of small surfaces, so sometimes a bigger blower is just overkill and a real hassle to fit in your bag. This kit at the moment sells for under $30 Australian, which works out at about $20 US. It also comes in the APS-C size. You do need to make sure you're buying the right size swabs for your sensor, otherwise this won't work. I'll put links to each of them down below, as well as the refill packs, so you can't stuff it up. Congratulations, you just saved a lot of money and learnt a new skill today that you will have with you forever. Feel free to refer back to this video as needed.